So can you please introduce yourself and give your title?
Melissa Forman. I am SVP of Originals. That's not right. Hang on, what's my title? SVP Production and Development for Originals at Fox Sports.
And what does your job entail?
A lot of things. So Fox Sports is an enormous sports network, which you know about.
Mm-hmm.
We recently launched FS1 and FS2, which are Fox Sports 1 and 2. Hang on one second. So I work for Fox Sports Originals. Fox Sports Originals includes Fox Sports, which is on the broadcast network, FS1 and FS2. FS1 and FS2 are both cable channels. Fox Sports is the broadcast network. So we develop programming for all three of those networks, but primarily for FS1. So my job involves development and production. I supervise productions that are usually done by third-party production companies, and I develop shows. So 60% of my day is spent listening to pitches, people coming in, presenting shows, ideas. I listen to them and usually evaluate them. Sometimes they move on to next steps, and that's sort of the development process, everything from paper to video, to pilot, and then eventually to series.
Oh, and so what kind of education is required? What type of degree?
I have a degree in communications. My major was geology, so I think you can get into television production through any degree. These days, when I was in school, there wasn't really, there were film schools, but it wasn't about television. And now you can major in, film communications. You guys, at school you get hands-on experience, obviously shooting your little handy camera. But you can, I'm guessing you can take any number of classes that are going to prepare you from script writing to reality television production to how to use a camera and post and digital. And most kids, my 10-year-old daughter makes videos much better than I ever could. So to answer your question, I don't think any type of degree is really important. I think you will get a lot of experience in school if you choose to. But you can also, one of the things about television production, which I love, is it's sort of like being a lawyer. You can be passionate about any field and use that as your vehicle to explore that for the rest of your life or for however long you want to. So you can do, the reason I got into television production is because I loved oceanography and geology and wound up mapping shipwrecks. It was my first job, and then I wanted to make documentaries about shipwrecks, and so it kind of moved in from there and learned how to make documentaries, and I've had a lot of experience doing more nature and extreme sports and all of that. So I think you can use television production, just like everybody here is a huge sports fan. And if you're into sports, then all of a sudden you're into television, or you may be a television person, and then sports is your outlet. But I think it can vary.
So what was your road to your current position? Do you have an internship?
Well, I did do an internship in college at CBS Records in the UK, and let's see what else I do. I've had various jobs when I was in college. I worked in a PR department. I think internships and jobs throughout college are really helpful to determine, most importantly, what you don't want to do.
Okay.
You can get a vibe for what it's like to work in an office, and are you suited for being in an office, or, I think internships are great to show you what it's like out there in the working world. It's completely different than being a kid and being in college. So I think they're valuable. I don't know that they're sort of the end game. Some people will do internships and then they'll continue on through that career path, and other people won't. I will always hire an intern who's worked for me, because I feel like they have some experience, they know what they want to do, and I'm always looking for people who are interested and aggressive. I think you can't be too annoying.
I agree. So what type of person, it kind of goes along with what you were saying, what type of person is best suited for the position?
I think in any job, you need to be passionate about what you're going to do because you're going to do it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So for me, it's, I love getting up and coming to work every day. I get amazing travel. I get to work with fabulously creative people. People ask my opinion. They want to know what I think of something, and I get to tell them what I think of it.
Yeah.
So a type of person that's suited for my position. I mean, you have to be somewhat friendly, outgoing. Right. You have to like to deal with people because you're dealing with people all the time. Mm-hmm. Hearing pitches, I think you need to have, as a producer, you joke that like being a producer is like being a mother. It's like you can produce anything. You have to manage a million different things at once. You have to be able to oversee the big picture, but also be able to deal with minute details. Mm-hmm. So I think it's, somebody who's able to multitask.
Right.
It's also helpful.
And so this kind of goes off that too, but what makes your career like fun and interesting for you?
For me, I like hearing pitches. I think it's...
Does it ever get like tiring to just like hear ideas all the time?
Often the ideas are the same. They say there's no new ideas. It's just sort of this amalgamation of what's happening. Mm-hmm. But I don't... No. I think it's...
That's great then. People
come in and they believe that their idea is the best, biggest, next thing. And they put a lot of themselves into it. One of the things that's great about being in the creative business is it's not just work for people. It is their life. Mm-hmm. And there's always the germ of a seed of a something in everything, and you never know where your next great idea is coming from. So I love that, like, somebody new is going to walk into the door every single day, and I'm never going to know what I'm going to hear.
Yeah, that's great.
That makes it exciting. And I love the travel. I love travel. I love sports production. I think from a directorial standpoint, I love the way the body moves. I think sports is the original entertainment, and you learn something from an athlete who's able to push their body or drive past a point or succeed and win. These people are amazing, and the stories that they tell, I think, are life stories that we can all learn from. Mm-hmm. So I like being inspired every day.
That's great. So is there anything else that we haven't covered that you want to say like about your job at all?
About my job. I would say that work is work, and that people need to realize that there's a fair bit of work that goes into any job, and that's why they call it work. Mm-hmm. So I think it's important to pick something that you love. I think it's important to take chances. I think it's important to go after what you want, and not to settle, because there's one life and one work, and you're going to be at it for the rest of your life. So make sure that you love doing it, and if you don't, change it.